Welcome to another episode of The Beauty Buzz, a brand new podcast where we're talking all of the latest trends in beauty, fashion, makeup. Today we're honing in on makeup. We have a fabulous guest, local makeup and hair artist, Jennifer Devine. So happy to have you here, and her beautiful model, Isabel. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. So, Jennifer, before we dive into, we're going to be talking about some fall makeup beauty trends today. But before that, introduce yourself to our listeners. Tell us a bit about you and what you do.
Thank you. So my name is Jennifer Devine, as she said, and I own Devine Beauty Salon and Spa in Milford, and I have been a makeup artist and hairdresser as well as special effects makeup artist for over 20 years now.
Wow, and I want to mention, we just had our Halloween Spectacular show on CT Buzz, and Jennifer was behind my amazing look. So happy to have you back. We're doing a little bit more of a subdued look today, not quite the vampire.
Tone it down.
We're toning it down. And we're talking about fall makeup and beauty trends. You're saying the no makeup look is in?
Yes, yes, very natural, just accenting your natural features and kind of like my motto is bringing your inner beauty out with confidence, you know?
I love that. So you don't have to go over the top, but you still make a little bit of an impact. So we're going to start by just focusing on the eyes, right? What tips do you have for us?
So really kind of just going along with your natural eye shape, and what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks and just kind of how to accent it and really make them pop even in a natural makeup look.
Okay, let's do it. Right. Isabel, are you ready?
I am.
So we have already prepped her with a primer.
Great, I'm going to step over here. I'll let you work.
No, I used a cream-based primer. So there's a variety of them. And the primers are so important because it's going to keep the look on all day. And it's going to prevent creasing, and it also help it to be more pigmented. So we've already prepped her with primer, and I'm going to go ahead with just a kind of like a chocolatey brown liner. That's the other thing as well, is you don't need to do black. Black sometimes is harsher, so if you're going for a softer look, using a brown liner is really the best.
Yeah, I love brown liner. I actually just dabbled in some brown mascara as well.
Yes, I love that. It gives it a nice soft look.
Yeah, it does. Perfect for daytime, for fall.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the best part about this look is that it does not have to be perfect. So you do not have to be a pro to do liner.
We love that.
Yeah, so I kind of just snug it along her lash line right there.
Yep.
And then what I do is I take a smudger brush right here. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's kind of going to smoke it out. So you're just going to go ahead and you're going to go right along the lash line again. And you're just going to kind of smoke out what we already did. So that's going to create that softness.
I think that'll relieve a lot of people that it does not have to be perfect, and you can kind of play around with it.
Yes, 100%.
I think liquid eyeliner can be a little bit more unforgiving.
It can be. It definitely can be. So yeah, you have a little bit more control of the product when you're using a pencil. So if you can open your beautiful eyes, Isabel. So as you can see, it's very natural, but it kind of accents her lash line.
It does.
So now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of make sure it's really well blended. My little makeup hack, I always say, is when in doubt, blend it out.
Love it.
You don't want to have any harsh
remember.
lines. Yeah, so I kind of like to just take that smudger brush and just go ahead and just add some softness here. And then if we want to go ahead and accent it a little bit more, you can go in with a little bit of like a bullet brush here, a smudger brush as well. And we're going to go in with just like a neutral color, and I'm going to go right here on her outer V.
Yeah.
Again, it does not have to be perfect, so I'm going to even show you guys. Like, you can kind of just put it on here. All right, so this is for anybody.
Yeah, it looks great.
All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take another bigger blending brush here, and we're just going to kind of smudge it out. And what that's going to do is going to create a shadow, and it's going to draw the attention to her eye, so her natural eye shape. So as you can see, it's very well blended, but it creates a soft shadow that's really going to make her eyes pop. So you can go ahead and
it does really look great, and it's totally no makeup. For someone looking who really doesn't know much about makeup, I don't think they would even know a thing.
No, it's very easy.
I love that. So we have a little bit more time to talk about the eyes. If people want a little extra va-va-voom, maybe they want to turn their day look to night, can they build on top of this?
Absolutely. So you can always build up and create like a layered look. So we'll go in with a little bit of a deeper color here.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, make sure you tap your brush because you want to have the fallout of the product as well. So again, we're going to kind of focus on the outer V because we want our eyes to still look nice and open. You don't want it to look closed off. So I always say go light to dark when you're trying to do a more natural look. So the outer V is really where you want to have more of the deeper colors. The inner V, which is kind of like right here, and your lid is where you want to do more of like a natural lighter color.
Keeps your eyes looking open and bright, right?
Correct. Yep. So we're just going to slowly build up this color here, and you can again just start to layer it. I always tell people, if you start with like a light and a dark and learn how to just blend those two out so that this way here, it's a smooth transition, there's no harsh lines, you can create any look that you want. So again, we're just slowly building that up. And again, I'm going in with my blending brush here. It's so important that you have a clean, dry blending brush because that's gonna be like your magic eraser. That's gonna be the little tool that you need to kind of soften everything. And as you can see, we're going in and blending that out, and it adds a little extra pop.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I
Thank
love
you.
that. And so what's a good place for people to start? Probably the neutral palettes, right? If they're new to eyeshadow?
Absolutely. Always stick with neutrals. If you're not sure, you know, kind of understand your undertones because that's really important as well. So warmer undertones, usually like the nice warm colors now, like pumpkin spice colors you could think of, even like cooler tones to neutral tones, even the cool palettes. So if you're not sure, you can always ask somebody to help you to figure out what tones look best on you.
Okay, I love that. And of course you can, you were mentioning the under eyes, some fallout. If there is a little, do you recommend putting a little foundation under there or wipe it off?
So what you can do here is, I actually have a little bit of setting powder here and I'm gonna teach you guys. So you could take a little bit of a fluffy powder brush, and you're gonna take a little bit of a translucent setting powder, and you can just go ahead and like buff it away here.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That looks great. And those powders brighten the under eye too, which is a nice added
and it helps
plus.
to set it as well.
Okay, so a lot, and that's like is that like a translucent setting powder for people looking to buy that on their own?
Yes, absolutely. It is a translucent setting powder. They work great. And one more tip I want to tell people too is to seal in the look. A setting spray is super important as well because that helps to keep everything in place. It's like, I call it my set it and forget it spray.
Set it and forget it. So we want to prime, that's important.
Prime.
And then set it when you're done.
Correct.
And it'll last you all day into the night. We love that. So Isabel, you look beautiful, but we're not done. So next, we're going to talk about the lips, right? There's a lot we can do with lip colors and lip shapes for fall. So we're going to talk about all of those fun trends coming up after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Beauty Buzz. We are here with local hair and makeup artist Jennifer Devine and her beautiful model Isabel. We're talking about fall makeup trends today. We covered the eyes. They look fabulous day to night. There's really so many fun ways to play with it. Now we're going to talk about the lips, right? Yes. There's so many things we can do here as well, right? Shape, overlining, that's really in right now.
Yes. So, and the best advice too, especially as we're going into like the drier season, to always exfoliate your lips. You can even make like your own sugar scrub at home. You can even do like a little bit of coconut oil, and you could do sugar. You can add a little bit of like lavender or like a scent if you wanted. And so when you exfoliate your lips, it gives it a nice plump look, and it takes away any dry skin. So it's so important because if you don't, and then they're not moisturized and plump, then it's going to show in like the cracks through them.
Right, and it clings to the
product,
lipstick.
Yes. So,
okay, so you're going to show us some good looks and colors for fall. So let's get started. I'll move over this way so you can get working.
Yes. So always start with like a neutral base. So Isabel has already prepped her lips as well. So we're gonna go in with a neutral liner. So if you want to get more of a like fuller look, I always say to follow the lip line, but just above, okay?
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep it with her natural lip line. And when you do more of a nude color, what that's gonna do is almost acts as a contour. So we're pretty much contouring her lips.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna stick with just a light nude. We don't want to go too dark because again, no makeup look is really in right now. So we don't want to do anything too drastic. So we're going to go ahead and just gently overline her lips. And this is too where like the exfoliating really comes into play because you want to have a nice smooth surface to work with. Okay.
So you're kind of right outside the natural lip line. So it's still your shape, just a little bit plumper.
Absolutely. Yep. Now, if you want to give the illusion of like a fuller mouth, instead of like back in the day, people used to like come back here and kind of like close it off. If you just kind of drag it to the edge and kind of stop, it'll give it that illusion of like a powder look as well.
Oh, okay. So you don't go all the way to the end of the mouth, you're saying?
So you can go here, but you know how some people will open it up and kind of fill in here?
Yep.
That kind of closes it off. So just go right to the end here.
Yeah.
Now, if you want, you can also shade it in and add a little bit of contour here. Some people like to kind of give it almost like a heart in the center. If you go down here with like a darker color to really kind of give the illusion of a pout.
Right.
So there's different options here, but we're gonna stick a little bit more natural today.
Yeah, the nude lip is very in right now.
Yes, yes. So we're gonna go in with a nice nude. It's gonna be a little bit darker, but I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of a trick right afterwards.
Now, is this a lipstick, lip gloss?
This one here is a liquid lipstick, and it is a matte lipstick.
Okay.
So I feel like they tend to stay a little bit longer.
Yes.
Being matte, the gloss kind of breaks it down a little bit, so it's not as long.
Right.
All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this color right on. And then if you don't mind just rubbing your lips a little. Thank you. And then this one here is still a nice neutral color for fall.
Yeah, it's a great color.
But if she wanted to alter it a little bit, I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. Okay.
We'll take all the tricks you got. I am taking note because I have to do my makeup every day for these bright lights. So
Yes, but you do such a wonderful job.
thank you. Shout out to my mom. She's also a makeup artist.
Yes.
So I appreciate the work that you do. It's not easy doing looks on different faces because I'm
Yes.
used to my face, but you have to know what looks best on everyone's.
Yes, and everybody's face shape is different as
Right.
well. Yeah.
So I totally appreciate the work that you do. That is a
Thank you.
gorgeous color on Isabel.
Thank
so
you.
You said if that color is not quite what she was looking for, there are
Correct.
ways to kind of fix that.
Yep. So I'm just going to take a concealer. So any concealer that you have, and what you're going to do is you're going to take a lighter color. Okay, and you're gonna go ahead, if you don't have an applicator, if you're at home and it's on yourself, then you can use, your finger if you want, or a Q-tip. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right in the center.
Oh yeah, I love this look. I've tried this before.
Yeah.
Comes out great.
Yes. And then, so we're gonna kind of put it on right in the center. And then I always have them just blot a little bit. And then we're gonna just blend it on out. And what that does, it gives the illusion of a pout, but it also, if a lipstick is too dark, but you like the tone of it, you can create any shade lighter that you want in any lipstick by creating this with the concealer.
Yeah, and you're right. It does add that extra depth if you keep the vibrant color on the outside, just the light on the inside. It's some nice contour to the lips.
Exactly.
Which I think is great.
Yeah, so it gives like that nice soft look as well. So a lot of times, like I have a few like fall colors I like, especially like with the browns too, but sometimes they're a little too brown for me and I want to kind of just lighten it a little bit. So that's how you get that softness.
Yeah.
Just adding a little bit of concealer in the middle.
Oh, that looks great. So some people love the matte look. I do, but I tend to want a little moisture. So you could throw a gloss over this, right?
Absolutely. Yep. So you can throw a gloss. I even throw chapstick sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a great way to keep them hydrated.
Now, I'm wondering, do you have any tips, going out, you do your lips at the start of the night, but you're drinking, you're eating, and touching up. I always notice the borders of my lip liner tend to expand as the night goes on. Do you have any tips? What should we have in our purse to prevent this from happening or fix it when it happens?
Yes. So what you can actually do is you can take like a little like powder puff with translucent powder, and you can tap it right over the lip. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. So you could take, if you don't have a powder puff, you could take a little tissue and put it like in a little Ziploc bag if you want. And you can just take it, and again, always make sure you tap it off, and then you can just gently tap it over the lips. And what that's going to do, it'll mattify it and also kind of seal that in.
Oh, that's
so remember
great.
earlier we were talking about like the setting spray? This will be the way to kind of keep it on as well.
So that kind of sets your lip look in place.
Yep.
I love that. So you could carry a little, they have those little pocket powders for your purse.
Yep,
That's something to
absolutely.
add, and bring that lip liner with you. That's always a good
yes.
tip. All right. I love the colors you chose for her. Do you have any advice for people choosing a good lip liner that works for their palette? Is it the same undertone thing as the eyes?
Yeah, but I would also stick when you're trying to do more of a neutral color, kind of just stick within something that might be like a shade darker than your natural lip color. So
Okay.
you don't need to go too dark, something
Right.
that'll just be a little bit of a contour shade. So stick
Okay.
with more like the browns and the neutrals.
Okay, I love that. Great advice, Jennifer. Thanks so
you.
much. Isabel, you look great. So those are some easy fall tips that we can kind of incorporate into our routine if you're looking to refresh your beauty routine. Don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk to Jennifer a little bit more. She has some great awareness campaigns she has going on, and we'll hear a bit more about her salon as well. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Beauty Buzz. We're talking about fall beauty tips today with local hair and makeup artist Jennifer Devine. So we've covered the eyes, the lips. You gave us such great advice. But now I want to talk a bit more about you. You do amazing work not only at your salon, but you have some causes that are really important to you. We're just coming off of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and you have been doing a lot of work with that. So talk to our listeners. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I am a survivor of domestic violence, and I have created a fundraiser every year called Beauty from Ashes. And I'm very blessed to have worked with the Umbrella Center. They helped me through one of my toughest times in my life, and so 100% of the proceeds is donated to them. And right now we are collecting clothes and food for the shelter, and I do collections year-round as well. And it's just a great way to give back and to help others, and to really be that voice for the voiceless as well.
Right, and how important are these items as a survivor yourself? They really make such a difference, right? For someone struggling and having that huge life transition, trying to get out of that situation.
Yes, I mean, sometimes people are just coming with the clothes that they have on, and it's a blessing to even get out. So that's why safety planning is so important. So just having these clothes and the items that they need, it really makes all the difference in the world. I remember getting like a little care package from them, and just like little toiletry items, and it really just puts a smile on somebody's face when they're going through a tough time.
Yeah, things that we take for granted oftentimes that really just make such an impact. So if people do want to help you with that, where can they drop these items off?
So they can drop them off at my salon, Devine Beauty Salon and Spa. It's 100 Lansdale Ave in Milford.
Wonderful. So I love that you do that. And I also want to mention, kind of along the same lines, you use your makeup artistry to kind of showcase and bring awareness to domestic violence, right?
Yes. So I have created these looks called We Only See Half, because when I look at you and you look at me, you only see the outside. You don't know what I've been through. I don't know what you've been through. So when I create these makeup looks, it allows the inner part and the things that we've been through to come on the outside. And it's so powerful. And then at that point, you truly see the whole person. Yeah,
I love that. So it's like half of the face, right? Just your face. And then the other half is when you put the makeup on. What inspires you for the other half?
What inspires me is that not all wounds are visible. A lot of times with domestic violence, they think it's just physical. And oftentimes it's not just physical. I mean, there's a variety of different types of abuse. There's sexual abuse, there's mental abuse, psychological, financial, litigation, and those don't always leave wounds that we might see on the outside. And that's why, to me, bringing awareness that not all wounds are visible is so important.
Yeah, and you use, your images are so powerful of what you've done in the past. So on that side of the face, you put words, right? What do you use to showcase that? I pour my heart out, and to let people know that, like, what I've been through. And it even goes down to childhood, and that's why it's so important too that we heal our inner child. And doing something like that to me was so scary at first, but I felt God calling me to do that. And just wearing my pain on the outside and bringing that awareness, and it's therapeutic in a way, and it also helps people to see that they're not alone as well. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure, because I know you post these on your social media, I'm sure you've heard reactions back, right? What do people say when they see that?
I will never forget one time I had gotten a message, and somebody was just like, "Thank you so much for bringing awareness and doing the videos. You gave me the courage to leave my abusive husband." And to me, that's priceless. That if I can help one person, then I did my job. And I'm blessed to say that I've helped multiple women out.
Yeah, and that is the beauty of social media too, because this experience, I would imagine, can be very isolating for people.
It can be, and that's the thing, is like letting people know that they're not alone and there's support out there. There's so many resources, and I didn't realize how much help there was until I truly worked with the Umbrella Center, and they were an incredible liaison to connect me with so many other resources. So just to let people know, you're not alone, and there's help out there, and it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way, and to reach out, to get help, and to safety plan.
Yeah, such an important message, and I think anyone watching, maybe going through a similar situation, seeing you now, you are so successful, you have your own salon, and pivoting now to what I want to talk about, you are coming out with your very own makeup line. I mean, that's a huge deal. Tell us about that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's truly such an incredible blessing, and it's all about just transformation, and I to kind of echo off what we were just talking about, I always say it's not our fault what happened to us, but it's our responsibility to heal and overcome.
Yes.
And so, like, I have my own revival story, and everybody has their own revival and transformation stories. So this beauty line is called Revival Beauty by Devine, and it's so empowering. It's going to be a movement, and of course the makeup's amazing and everything like that too. But it's the meaning and the purpose behind it.
I think that is so powerful, and I want to grab this because you have some prototypes, right?
Yes.
So I love it. Revival Beauty by Devine. Let's put it on in here. This is when can we expect these?
I would say probably within the next like 8 weeks we'll be
How
ready to go.
exciting.
So by the new year. Yes.
And so if people are interested in checking out your new line, do
Yes.
they stop by your salon? What's the best way?
Yeah, they can go on my website. It's devine-beauty.com, and they can check it out there. And yeah, it'll be up and coming in the near
Great.
future.
I am so excited for you. Thanks so much for stopping by and for teaching us some great new fall looks. I'm certainly going to incorporate some of those. And if people do want to keep up with you, visit the salon or just see what you're doing on social media, tell us where we can find you.
Yes, it's #CTDevineBeauty.
Wonderful. Well, Jennifer, thanks so much. And thank you for joining us here on CT Buzz. Not CT Buzz, that's my other show. The Beauty Buzz, similar.
You're a multitasking woman.
What can I say? Thanks for joining us here on The Beauty Buzz. We hope you tune back in next week and have a great day.
Thank you.